Top rope squishy. Yeah.
We're live from the top rope.
Top rope.
What up?
Hey, everybody. It's your girl, Maddy from Top Rope Squishy. And as always, I'm here to bring you the Dynamite recap. And as we are gearing for full gear, there's so much shit going on. But before we get started, I must reintroduce you to the other half of Top Rope Squishy, Top Rope Tone, my husband. Welcome, my dear. How are you?
I'm good. I'm supposed to be behind the screens. No one's supposed to see me. So I'm out of my element right now, but I'm good.
Don't worry. I will walk us through it.
What's up, sis?
You know I got this. We're doing good. All right, y'all. Well, here we are. Dynamite was yesterday, and a lot of stuff went down. I gave yesterday's Dynamite 8.59. Where do you stand with that?
I gave yesterday's Dynamite about a 7.
Dag.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about full gear.
I mean, it was good. Don't get me wrong. Like, there was some standout matches, but there was also matches where it was all right. I mean, I didn't have to see him. Glad it happened, but I didn't have to see him.
I mean, yes, I can agree that there were some matches that took up time that maybe didn't need the TV time. But the thing is, they can't just throw 20 promos in there and not give anybody some wrestling. So you know what I mean? Like, so that is, I think, what happened. I think like the Wardlow match, you know what I'm saying? So why don't we just get right into it? It opened up with the Acclaimed and FTR going up against the Gun Club and Swerve in Our Glory. And I don't know if y'all already know, but you know, Swerve and Our Glory are having a little bit of a hard time because, you know, Swerve keeps swerving it on Keith Lee, and Keith Lee isn't having it. He's not a heel, he is a face. And so I don't know what's going to happen. The Acclaimed and FTR did win this match. But when Keith Lee and Swerve came out in the beginning, Swerve wanted a pound, and Keith Lee looked at his hand and kept on going.
Left him hanging.
He left him hanging, and he did his move. So, you know, is Swerve going full heel? I think so. But the question is, will Keith Lee join him, or are they splitting up? Like, is it over? You know what I'm saying? So what do you think? So,
I mean, with Swerve and Keith Lee, I think, I do like the dynamic that's going on now. It's like, you know, there's some issues going on within the team, but I think it's time. Like, let them do their like separate thing, because they're both amazing separately. As a team, they were great. Don't get me wrong. Like, putting them two together were great. But if you ever seen them wrestle alone, like, they're even better when they're wrestling just by themselves, singles matches. Yeah. And I'm hoping that this time, I know it's not supposed to happen because it's Keith Lee, but I hope somehow Keith Lee Swerve.
Woo! Well, I guess we're gonna find out. Swerve definitely bringing in some stars. He had Rick Ross there a week ago. Boss. And his promo was cool. He was claiming
that to grow a beard because of Rick Ross, yo.
Sure.
It's not happening.
Sure. You're cute, but we all know that's not happening.
Got these 3 patches. We out here.
Sorry. But yeah, Rick Ross was telling Keith Lee that those were accusations, false accusations. with what happens with Swerve and Billy Gunn and whether or not Rick Ross had any involvement. I'd like to see him back making some commentary. That was really funny.
Yeah, I like to see Rick Ross on commentary.
That would be good.
Yeah.
Boss. So MJF dropped a promo. MJF always does amazing promos, but I have to be 1,000% honest. He totally lost me when he mentioned the asshole
Hulk Hogan.
Yep.
Yep. You know what? I mean, of course, you know, but I was the same way. Like he was saying, I'm a generational blah blah blah, like this person, like that person. And he said Hulk Hogan. I was like, well, it's time to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Bathroom break because no. Yep. Nope.
I just
don't care. Hulk Hogan, never again.
Never again. Never again. Never ever again. He absolutely lost me. I was like, yeah, I was feeling it. I was like, yeah, Ric Flair, yeah, Hulk Hogan. I was like, ew,
Yeah.
why did you go there? Like, and it didn't matter what he said after that. I just
and just as far as like Hulk Hogan goes, say this and I'm gonna leave it alone. For me, Hulk Hogan is canceled forever. Don't care. Like forever.
Forever.
I'm not even ripping shirts no more. Like I'm sewing all shirts up now. Like super cancel forever and ever and ever and ever.
And ever. He used to be my favorite wrestler, as you know. And when The Rock came to WWE, then he was like my second favorite. So it was like Hulk Hogan and The Rock. I just love them both. And when that stuff happened and that video came out, that recording, I just first of all went into shock and heartbreak and then pissed off. And now I don't ever want to, like when I see him, I cringe. I don't want to hear him. Anyway, moving on. The next match after the promo that MJF dropped was the first men's eliminator tournament, which we're going to get 3 of those matches on Friday. So excited for Rampage. But this was the first one. It was Ethan Page versus Eddie Kingston. And Ethan Page won by cheating, of course, because Stokely Hathaway was involved. And you know how that goes. Heels will be heels. And he did his finisher, which is the Eagle's Edge from the top rope. And props to Ethan Page for pulling that off with Eddie Kingston. A slap fest indeed.
Yeah, so I mean, you already know I like Eddie Kingston, don't get me wrong. I do like his antics. I'm loving the commentary from him, but just for me, like watching him wrestle, like I was all for it when he first came back because you know, I know the history and stuff. I want to see him wrestle again. But now I'm just like, you got all this talent that keeps getting better and better and better. And with Eddie Kingston, it's kind of like he just kind of stays in one area, you know? So like when I see him wrestle against like other people, it's kind of like they got to shrink themselves because there's certain things that Eddie either can't do or won't do, you know? So I don't know. With me, I'm just kind of like, I would love to see him more on the like managerial coach kind of side, or even just someone who comes out, messes things up for a little bit and then like disappears for a while, whatever. But as far as the wrestling goes, like I don't know. That was one of the matches where like I didn't have to see, because even with Ethan Page, like I want to like really like his wrestling. But it's so like it's mediocre. It's kind of like the person that you pick in a video game who's like the base character. Like he's the overall in the middle character.
He's a generic big guy character.
Like he has everything he's supposed to have, but it's nothing that's gonna shock you.
Shit. Like I mean, it's true. And I like Ethan Page. But I'm not killing myself to see an Ethan Page match. And I like Eddie Kingston, but the same thing, because Eddie Kingston is limited in his wrestling moves, you know, and he said it. He can't compete with this new generation, but he does what he does. I mean, he's a brawler.
Mhm.
I like to see more brawling if that's what he's going to be doing.
That's
But
what yeah, exactly. Yeah.
1,000 chest chops are not going to entertain me. So
Like put Eddie Kingston like in a violent type match, and it's going to be amazing.
yeah,
Like the way Moxley used to always fight outside the ring and
yeah,
beat
like
people down and walk outside and stuff and fight. Put him out there. Like
no
it'll be an
DQ.
amazing match. But him in the ring, inside the ring, I'm not for it.
Yeah, no DQ match.
Mhm.
Props involved, and when you can use props, then you could do more things. And I think those are
Mhm.
the kind of matches that Eddie Kingston can really like excel at, because even though, like you said, I didn't really need to see this match, I'm happy that it was Ethan Page that moved on. So
Yeah.
anyway, after that happened, Roosh,
Roosh.
who has now taken over the Ingobernables at AEW, because I doubt we will ever see Andrade again after
Oh,
what he
Andrade
did.
on ice.
Andrade is on slippery ice. So they're calling out the Dark Order. They're keeping up this feud thing, but I'm over it.
Yeah.
He wants 10 to come join them, which is weird. Why?
Mhm.
Calling the Dark Order trash, basically. And it's an ongoing thing, and I'm kind of over it. Really don't care for it. Want it to be over. If this is just so that 10 can get rid of his mask or leave the Dark Orders, let's just do it already.
Mhm.
Make it fast, make it quick, because I am so done with this story. So done.
It was
Hey,
never
Courtney.
really that story was never really that interesting because there's no real history behind it.
Exactly.
Like it kind of just came out of nowhere, And maybe I'm wrong, I don't know, but I don't remember. It's like it wasn't significant enough for me to remember like where that story started from. And it kind of like just kind of lulls, like it doesn't really go anywhere. What's up, Court?
Hey, Courtney. Hey, Courtney. To answer Anna's question, no, I really don't think Andrade is coming back. So,
Yeah, I doubt that. Yeah.
and you know what? After what he did, he doesn't deserve to. So he jumped on the bandwagon and utilized somebody that everybody's hating on right now to try to pass his agenda. That's not how you do it. Be a man. Do that shit on your own. Don't utilize other people. So stupid. But anyway, and it sucks because I absolutely loved Andrade's wrestling, because I am a big fan of luchador style, and
Oh yeah, he's great.
he's fucking amazing. He's fucking amazing. Like him and Pac put on some good matches,
Yeah.
man. And you're gonna go and fuck yourself over like that? Mira, coño. Anyway, the third match that took place was Wardlow versus Arya Daivari. I think that's how you say his name. But that match itself, what I killed it. What is it?
Oh, I don't know. Go.
Oh,
Go for it.
I thought you
Yeah.
were gonna be like, it's this, and that. Like I always be
Nope,
killing
not
names.
this time.
Not this time. So I guess before the match took place, because of course Arya's been trying to buy titles.
I love it. I love it.
He first tried to
Every
buy the
time he
FTW.
comes out, he's like,
Yes.
I got an offer for you for this belt.
Yes. He did that to FTW, to the FTW belt. He tried it with Hook, didn't work.
Mhm.
And now he tried to give Wardlow cash for the TNT belt. So instead, before the match started, I was like, he's gonna eat 4 power bombs and a pin. Sure enough, 4 power bombs and a pin.
Yeah.
But then what happened afterwards is what really, really mattered. So at some point, who popped out? It was Hobbs.
Mhm.
No, before Hobbs, Samoa Joe came out.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay, so Samoa Joe comes out and he's standing behind Wardlow, and Wardlow's like, I want Hobbs. Bring out Hobbs. So Hobbs comes out, Powerhouse Hobbs. And Immediately, Wardlow's like, you can't take my belt. This TNT belt is mine forever. And and no, he goes, oh, but before he said that, while he's coming out, he goes, finally, a worthy opponent. And Samoa Joe's behind him, like, huh? So I'm like, oh shit. What's going on with Samoa's face? And then he's going on about how the TNT belt is his forever and he is never letting it go. And as a matter of fact, he's taken all the belts in AEW. And Samoa Joe said, oh yeah, motherfucker, eat shit. And he hit him with his Ring of Honor belts. He betrayed Wardlow because Samoa Joe wasn't having it. He's like, you can't have my belt, bitch. So the betrayal happened. Ward Joe, thank God, I hate that name. Ward Joe is over and done. And
I'm actually glad it's done. Like,
it's done.
I mean, I get it. Like they slammed the two big guys together, but those guys need to fight.
Yes.
Like, these two powerhouses need to like get in the middle of the ring and throw the hands, because I mean, it's nice that they're on a team,
Yes.
but yeah, they got to fight. And I just love the fact that like Samoa was like, when he was like, I'm taking all the belts. Samoa Joe kind of looked at him like what? Like, you know how long I had this belt? You know who I am? Samoa Joe. We just cracked him, man. That was it. That was great.
He cracked them, and then he went into his face and told him some more stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And Hobbs was like, I'll kick your ass too, Samoa Joe.
Hobbs just want to fight. Hobbs just want to fight, yo.
Give that man the belt. It is time for Hobbs TNT run. And I have to say, I love Powerhouse Hobbs. Tone can tell you, one of the biggest people on Twitter adding Tony Khan to sign Will Hobbs. And I was so happy when he got signed. I'm very excited. I hope he does win the TNT belt. But props to my man, Ricky Starks, who I feel should have already had that belt for a while and has not had a chance to hold it, which I think is a travesty because he took FTW belt, which was, I'm sorry, Taz, it was shit at AEW. It just wasn't worth anything at AEW. He took it, he made it mean something. Now, if he could do that with a belt that doesn't mean anything or didn't mean anything when it was introduced to AEW, imagine what he could do with the TNT belt. So I just feel like it's a travesty that he hasn't held it yet. And if he's not getting the TNT belt, then he has to have an AEW Men's Championship run at some point.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's time. Like he's actually shown that he can wrestle. He's actually shown that he got, the promos and like you heard him say, like even when he had a broken neck, like he was always trying to be in the light somehow, some way. Like he's really been trying to push, and you can see it. Like you can see it in his character. You can see it in the way he fights. You can see his ring presence get stronger every time he gets in there. Like if it ain't time yet, it's soon. Like they need to put some type of belt on this guy. Like they're wasting time. They're
wasting it, and I tend to be really vocal about like when AEW drops balls.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Which they have.
Nice.
They be dropping balls.
You're saying that since they're a young company, they finally drop their balls?
They finally drop their balls. They be ball dropping a lot. And we're not going to get into Power to Power for best friends. But here's Jamie Hayter.
Mm-hmm.
Hot to trot. Like she's hot. Put a belt on her. She's going for
hot to try.
Hot to try.
Wow. Please continue. Please continue.
Don't judge me. So she's, ready for this belt, and they're gonna give her. The girls are laughing at me, and they're gonna give her a chance at the AEW Interim Championship belt, which she's not going to win because Tony Storm has my girl Thunder Rosa's belt. That's right. That's the champ. This is the AEW Women's Champ for anybody who forgot. Shut up, Tony. So why? So okay, great. It's gonna be a great match at Full Gear. You know how excited I am, but she's not gonna win. So what do you do from here? Do you send her towards the TBS belt, which is what I think they should do?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Don't drop the ball here. She's hot right now. People love Jamie Hayter right now. Right now. Don't try to give her this belt next year when nobody gives a fuck anymore. And that is what I'm saying. Thank you, Courtney. Much love to you.
So I think that they need to keep the. I mean, and I'm not even really a fan of Toni Storm, but they need to keep the belt on her because a feud between Thunder Rosa and Toni Storm would be amazing. Like just the backstory you can put behind that would be amazing. As far as the TBS championship, yeah, I can definitely see Jamie Hayter taking that because she's another powerhouse, you know, and she act like she can wrestle, like she can go. So
she can go.
I think as for now, since the TBS is like it's a big deal, but it's not like the highest belt, she doesn't have like a lot of presence yet. But I think the TBS belt will help her gain that confidence to, you know, up her presence in the ring.
Yeah. I mean, we all know that when my girl Thunder does return, the belt is going to be given to Toni Storm. That's just, it's going to happen.
It's a wrap. It's a
wrap. Toni Storm has totally complained about the whole interim title thing. Like the way Moxley complained about it. And I get it. You're the one that's there busting your ass, defending the belt, shouldn't have an interim in it. Really should have been dropped. And I love my girl, but it really should have been dropped so that the next person that is actually working that belt can actually have a real championship title as opposed to interim. So, you know, Toni Storm, because she's been doing work, they are definitely going to let her have that belt. But I really think that would be another ball drop if they didn't take advantage of that and turn it into, like you said, a Thunder Rosa Toni Storm feud. Because when she left, they were still tagging together. They were friends. So she's going to come back like, bitch, you trying to take my belt? You know what I mean? Fight, fight, fight. Oh, you took my belt. Oh, and you know.
Yeah, you can have like a long storytelling kind of go on with that.
Right.
And I mean, to me personally, I actually see Toni Storm as the one who is the champ because like she's defended it so many times already.
Yeah, it's true.
You know, like she put the work in.
It's true. Thunder didn't get a chance to, and I feel like she was also badly booked.
I mean, whatever the case was, and I agree with that, like badly booked. But I mean, whatever the case was, it's like it just seems a little weird where it's like if you defended a belt one time and you have someone who defended it 5, like you just come back and like, well, thanks for holding the belt. Let me go take this and put it back on my waist. Like,
thanks for holding this and doing all the work. You're right. I mean, but how would you feel like if you were the person who has the actual championship and you come back and then they're like, sorry, we're taking this?
I mean, yeah, I would feel bad, but I mean, in hindsight, if you ain't defending it,
that's true.
You know, yeah.
Well, Anna asked,
it's not an ornament.
Yeah, I know. Anna asked, when is Thunder Rosa coming back? I heard beginning of 2023. So maybe the match between Thunder and Toni happens at Revolution, which is in February.
I hope she comes back strong too. Like
me too.
Yeah.
She went through a little bit of what Sammy's going through.
Sammy needs that without realizing it, man. It's like, it's wrestling. If you ever watch wrestling, it's like you can't. There's not many people that stay on the good side like their whole career. Like, and even if they do, they end up hating you. Like, look what happened to Cody.
Yeah, Cody.
It's like he's like, I'm not changing. Blah blah. Like, we don't care. We still hate you. You know what I mean? It's like
I'm not going heel. Well, they're
Yeah.
like, well, boo anyway. And he couldn't take
Mm-hmm.
it. Like, he didn't like it.
Yeah,
Dude,
Sammy just needs to make that turn like he was doing in his match, but just make that full turn and realize that this is the flow of wrestling. Like there's nothing personal, there's nothing against you. Watch wrestling. This is what happens every single time. What
hey,
up, Kyle?
Kyle. Samuel needs to glue his lips shut. You know what, Courtney? 100,000%. I agree. He needs to take some time, not say anything,
Mm-hmm.
let people wonder, let people start to get curious about you again. Don't give it all away. Have people talking about it, have people bringing it up. And when you finally say something, have it be something with some power behind it, not just, I'm going to whoop your ass in the ring, bitch. No, Sam.
I mean, he need to just embrace the evil, man. Come to the dark side.
Come to the dark side.
Yeah, because it's like it's so much easier. Like if you just not all the time, but if you just flow with the crowd, you good to go. Because as soon as the crowd start turning on you, you go heel, and they hate you, but they love you. Because like, look what happened with Sammy. He did that flip off the top of the rope to the outside, and it was so awesome that the crowd's like, "You still suck." You know what I mean? Like that's basically saying you're awesome, Sammy.
But we
But
still
we
hate
can't
you.
tell. But we can't tell you that because you're on the heel side.
And it's funny you mentioned that because as I am on the Twitterverse of the world, there was a lot of comments from people who don't like him, but we're like, I can't stand this motherfucker, but his skills are undeniable. Like you can't,
Yeah,
you just can't.
just
That's like,
embrace it, man.
yeah, like Will Ospreay. Like, remember I used to talk about him all the time, and I said I've only seen people really, really love him or really, really, really hate him.
Mm-hmm.
But even if you really, really, really hate him, you still talk about how great his wrestling is. So it's like,
Exactly.
this is where you got to be. Will Ospreay embraced it.
Mm-hmm.
He's a douche. And I love it.
Exactly.
So, Sammy, embrace the heel. Don't say shit. Let them talk. And then blow it up.
And come to the dark side.
Come to the dark side. So Jade confirms that her and Nyla are having a full gear match for the TBS title. If y'all don't know, Nyla's been running around with Jade's belt, claiming to be the actual TBS champion. I've been loving it. Nyla is awesome. If y'all don't have Twitter, y'all been missing out because Nyla is the queen of Twitter. She wins Twitter every day. She's funny, she's hilarious, and she's definitely been working the TBS belt on Twitter, which is just fucking amazing. So yeah, Jade said if she sees Nyla though before that, she's gonna kick her ass. So we got
on
that
site.
on site. We'll kick your ass. All right.
Good job.
Thanks. So up until yesterday's Britt Baker and Sriracha promo, Sriracha, I was not really caring about the feud. However, last night's promo was sick. It was an amazing back and forth between Britt Baker and Sriracha, and now I am totally in line for that match. And I know you thought it was good too because you were listening to it. There were a lot of like moments.
Yeah, definitely had some moments in that one. I mean, I like when they start going personal a little bit, like, and you can tell it's not all malicious. It's kind of like they're telling the story, but still staying on like the hillside of, I hate you and blah blah blah. But they were hitting some personal stuff, man. Like they're really going in. They really get like they giving you a reason to watch the fight, which is what I like. It's like they're not just coming in the ring. It's kind of like, oh, they got problems.
Yes, they got problems. And the problem is that Britt Baker is legitimately the female pillar of that company, right?
Yeah.
First one signed, kept the company running through the pandemic on a wheelchair, had an amazing championship run. Everybody that she's feuded with has had an excellent feud. We were talking about this today, Tone, with Riho, with Nyla, with Thunder Rosa, with Sheeta. She has been in all the major stories and has continued to keep herself relevant. And to do this, to drop this amazing promo, she was letting Sriracha know, you are out here disrespecting me, calling AEW your house. What the hell did you do but walk through the door? Like, that's basically what she told her. So, you know, they went at it. They had some words. The exchange was phenomenal. Because for me to go from to full gear now, it had to be right. It had to be amazing. And then, of course, Sriracha attacked Britt Baker, did a DDT just to show the crowd she's 100%. She got cleared to wrestle. In case y'all don't know what happened to Sriracha, who goes by actually Saraya, who used to go by Paige when she was in WWE. When she was in WWE, she was in a wrestling match. It was a 6-woman wrestling match, and Sasha Banks drop kicked her on her back. And when she did that, her neck snapped back and she went on the ground. And I actually saw that video clip. It's very scary to watch it because you can see Saraya not being able to, like, she looks like she's getting up and she's going like this. So you can tell she can't feel her arms. She can't feel her legs. She actually talked about that and she thought she was toast. And then, you know, all the women that were in the ring, including Sasha, you can tell Sasha was like mortified. They were crying because they didn't know. And of course, I can imagine what Sasha was feeling, probably thinking she ruined and destroyed someone's career.
Yeah.
So that is how Sriracha ended up out of wrestling for 5 years. And now she's finally back. And we're going to see her very first match after that brutal accident 5 years ago. We're going to see her first match back at Full Gear. So exciting.
I'm hoping that the match will be awesome between them two. Because, you know, it's been 5 years since she fought. So hoping that there's no ring rust.
Yeah.
You know, because it's a pay-per-view event. But still, like, I hope it's great between them two.
If I was her, and I'm not a wrestler, but if I was her, I would think she would be training and has been training since she got signed in order to be able to not come off looking rusty, because she's not part of the buy-in. She's part of the actual pay-per-view. And this time we're getting 3 women's matches at the pay-per-view, which I think is fucking excellent. So we're getting Hayter versus Storm for the interim women's championship. We're getting Nyla, the fake TBS champion, versus Jade, the real TBS champion, for the TBS championship. And of course, we're getting Sriracha versus Baker. So we are finally seeing top women getting amazing matches, not in a buy-in, but at the actual pay-per-view. So I'm really excited about that. There was a really weird QT Marshall Nightmare Factory promo where QT asked Orange Cassidy to please let Lee Johnson go for the All Atlantic belt. And Orange Cassidy was like, yeah, okay. Like, I was like, this is so weird and out of completely nowhere. Like, whatever. And then you hear Trent go, scumbag. And he's talking to Jay Lethal and Sanjay Dutt. And they're like, wait, are you talking to me? And then when they turn the camera back, he's right next to them. And he's like, yeah, scumbag. And then Jay Lethal gets in his face. And Trent's like, I'm going to fight you tonight. And boom, the next match was Trent versus Jay Lethal, which is actually an excellent match. However, and I'm sure my girl Court will agree, that they keep using our boy Trent to be a high-level jobber. He loses all his matches. All his matches, all of them.
Gatekeeper. Stop calling these people jobbers. You're gonna cause so many problems. It's not high level jobber. They're gatekeepers. Dang.
This is like when I called Riho a high level jobber.
Yeah, you can't
Okay.
do that.
Can't do
You
that.
Well,
So-
I mean, you can do what
so-
you want, but
Riho, Nyla, Trent, Ortiz, and Santana
mhm.
are gatekeepers
Yeah,
for high level talent.
yeah. Like somebody like the dean. That's a jobber.
like Sean Dean,
Yeah, that's
Captain
a jobber.
Sean Dean,
Yeah.
like a Fuego,
Or Danhausen.
Danhausen, calling out the jobbers, Sir Pentacle. All right, so
Yeah, there you go.
yeah.
That's the jobbers.
Jeff Jarrett came out with a guitar and subsequently went overtime.
You don't
his
sound too
shitty-ass
interested.
promo.
You like he came out with a guitar.
I'm sorry. I don't care. I and I think a lot of people feel the way I do. They have a match at the pay-per-view. It's gonna be Darby and Sting with Jeff Jarrett and I forgot who. That's how
Wow.
interested I am.
That interested, huh?
That interested. And he went over. He went over on time.
Mhm.
So yeah, that was that. Don't care.
I mean, yeah. Moving on. I'm good.
Moving on. I mean, he said AEW wrestling. So he basically said AEW. He basically said All Elite Wrestling.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Jeff Jarrett. I mean,
Courtney said
I'm
that
gonna
Jeff
leave it
Jarrett
alone.
ruined
I'm
the
gonna wait.
WCW.
I'm gonna give it some time.
Jeff Jarrett ruined the WCW. Okay. No sé. No
I'm
me
gonna
importa.
I'm gonna
That's
give it
how
some
I feel
time.
about it.
Let's see what happens.
Oh, and TNA apparently. So he ruined
Courtney
WCW
going in.
and TNA.
Let's go, Court.
Let's go, Courtney. Heel Courtney.
Let's go.
Jungle Boy dropped another great promo. He's getting really good with his promos,
Yeah.
making his
Yeah.
his dad, Luke Perry, very proud because his dad was an actor. He wants to face Luchasaurus face to face and tell him in his face like a man what he feels about him. So
Yeah.
that's happening, I think, on Rampage. Then John Moxley came out with William Regal.
Sir William
And Sir William Regal.
There you go.
Put some respect on that man's name. And they started talking about Moxley when Moxley first came in contact with Sir William Regal and was like, I came in your face and I was just like, I'm gonna fuck you up. You're so dirty because I know exactly what you're thinking.
But
I came up to your face.
You say these things all the time. Like, because they don't know. But this is what you do all the time. And it's hilarious. So I'm sorry. Keep going. I'm gonna leave it alone.
So Kyle says, of course you live in Jersey and have brass knuckles. Okay, so like I was saying,
Yes.
Moxley told Sir William Regal, I came in your face and said wait.
What he said?
Wait. I'm gonna kick your ass.
That's a bad
Proceeded
night,
to have
yo.
a match with William Regal and get destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
But then when he came back again and faced him, he beat him and earned Sir William Regal's respect.
Mm-hmm.
And so he goes to Sir William Regal. He goes, who does that remind you of? And I'm like, MJF, obviously. So basically, Moxley's comparing MJF to himself. And if you're comparing MJF to yourself and you're saying, well, when Max first faced me, he lost. But now here we go again. When he first faced William Regal, he lost, but the second time he won. So obviously, we all know MJF is going to win.
Yeah.
So, hey, Trey.
What up, Trey?
Trey, did you come right on time to hear me talking about Moxley coming in William Regal's face?
Disrespectful, yo.
Sorry. Anyway, so that promo basically, that's how, by the way, you build up younger talent.
Yeah.
While still thinking they're assholes. Anyway, can learn a little from other people. Whatever. I can talk about Punk. I can talk about CM Punk. So he said pause again. All right. We got a video package from the Elite showing a bunch of gears. So we all know they're coming at full gear. So
I told you they're gonna let that cook.
They definitely let it cook.
Yeah. Them promos are too good, man. You can't just drop one. Like you need at least 3 for like a good campaign. So,
and I mean, B-Mac was right. I was wrong. I really wanted to see them, so that's why I was like, yes, let them hurry up and come back. But obviously, the way it ended, what happened was such a fucking big deal.
Yeah.
That they have to come back as a big deal. So it is what it is. We don't got long to wait. 2 weeks.
Almost there.
Not even 2 weeks. About 10 days. 10 days.
Hey, you got the countdown. Let's go. Damn, Maddy.
Yes, I'm excited. I love pay-per-views. All right, so this next match actually surprised me. I wasn't sure how it was gonna go, but it was Jamie Hayter versus Sky Blue. Now, because Jamie has been getting built to be a monster beast, I thought Sky Blue was gonna get destroyed. And I was so happy to see her not get destroyed. Yeah. The match was really good. And Sky Blue is just getting better and better. And she pulled out what Excalibur called a code red, but it's really supposed to be called a code blue. Because of Sky.
Oh, because it's her move. Okay.
Yes, yeah. And she did it beautifully because it was almost like a counter. Like she spun on Jamie Hayter's back and then did it. You know how I feel about the Canadian Destroyer? That is my favorite wrestling move. My favorite. Do it from anywhere.
Your favorite overused move in wrestling.
Yup.
That and the super kick.
Yup. If you use a Canadian Destroyer, I'm getting off my seat. I love Canadian Destroyers. I just love how they flip and hit. It's such a hard-hitting move. I love it. I love that move. And yes, it's overused and everybody can do it and everybody does do it. And please continue doing it because I enjoy watching it. So
yeah, and Sky Blue, like she's getting better every time.
Every time. And you know, I'm glad.
I'm happy to see that.
Yeah, it sucks when someone, gets pushed and don't improve. But she's getting better and better and better. And so it's beautiful to see her coming from the indies where we first saw her at Mission Pro Wrestling with my homegirl Thunder Rosa's show. And coming to AEW because of Thunder Rosa, of course, and getting these opportunities. And she's looking better and better every time. So props to Sky Blue. Brian Cage dropped a promo against who did he drop it? Against Dante Martin. Can't even read my own handwriting, y'all. So on Friday, Dante Martin and Brian Cage have a world title eliminator match. So he dropped a promo. I think Brian Cage is moving on. I do not believe that Dante's
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be Dante Martin flipping, flying, and spinning, and just basically bouncing off of Brian Cage's chest.
Yes. Agreed.
Because the weight difference is ridiculous, yo. It's crazy. Like,
it is.
I'm gonna enjoy that match. That's gonna be a beatdown.
Yeah,
it might not, because people like Dante, so he's gonna get some moves in. But yeah, I'm gonna enjoy that one.
Dante's definitely gonna be flying all over Brian Cage, but I have a feeling Brian Cage is gonna do one of those mid-air catches.
Yeah.
And then it's over for the jumping frog. It's over.
And the thing is, Brian Cage can do that stuff too. I mean, he ain't gonna jump as high, of course, but like Brian Cage can go.
Because Brian Cage is a monster. That's why.
Yes, he's a machine.
He's a machine. All the big guys in AEW are fucking machines. They do things that they shouldn't, like Keith Lee. And then there was what was supposed to be Marvez interviewing Ricky Starks, because Ricky Starks has a world title eliminator match against Murder Hawk, who is a gatekeeper for high-level wrestlers.
I like that. I would. Oh, nah. Yeah, keep going.
You would call him a jobber? Get out of here. You can't keep flipping the switch on me, man.
I'm not. You're right. He
is a gatekeeper, because Murder Hawk is amazing.
He is.
That's just another place where Tony Khan dropped his balls.
There you go.
Anyway, the interview didn't happen because Murder Hawk was already fucking up Ricky Starks in a corner.
That was great. Yeah.
So
that's one thing I like about Murder Hawk. Like, that's his thing. Like, he beats the crap out of people, and it doesn't matter. Like, you would think, oh, we're just going to be some security guard or some jobber around.
Yeah.
That he's going to go beat up. Like, no, he's beating up actual other wrestlers.
Yeah.
In their interview, So yeah, that's why I like that about Murder Hawk, man. They need to get him some more wins, man.
Yeah, he was that guy that came in red hot and didn't get the title. Same thing with Brian Cage. He came in red hot, broke a ladder with his bare hands. That's how he came out. No title. So obviously you just can't put a title on everybody that debuts, but you clearly ball dropped a lot of these potential amazing champions, because I really feel like they could have done some good shit with the belts, and they obviously just looked beyond. But the fact that Murder Hawk fucked up Ricky Starks means that on Rampage, Ricky Starks is gonna win. So Ricky Starks is definitely moving on in this tournament. I would love for Ricky Starks to be the winner of the whole tournament.
That'd be great. Yeah,
that would be amazing and well deserved and well earned. Which brings us to the main event. People. It was a best 2 out of 3 falls, and it was Bryan Danielson, the American Dragon, versus y'all favorite Spanish God, Sammy Guevara. So,
no.
I like Sammy.
Yeah, me too.
People call me a mark, like on social media, because I have that thing that Mind Runner got for me, that promo thing that he did for me, and I have it pinned to my channel. He's a nice guy. Nobody's perfect, y'all. Nobody. Anyway, except for you. All right. I am my perfect honey. What did you think about this main event? Real quick.
This one was good. This was a great match. Courtney.
I know Courtney's in there going, Well, I'm talking about Sammy being nice.
Yeah, but yeah, this was a great match, man. I mean, Sammy was pulling out moves. He was doing his flippy dippy stuff, but as well he was doing like submissions. So you kind of seeing him grow. That was a disgusting. Oh no, I'm perfect, Court. You don't know what you're missing over here. You don't know what you're missing over here. But but yeah, like Sammy even tried to do some submissions, which I did like seeing. Like he completely jacked up that Walls of Jericho.
Yeah,
But
he
it
did.
was like, but it was hilarious though. Like it still fit. Like it was great. So yeah,
Yeah,
great
and
match, man.
I love it because the people that are part of the Jericho Appreciation Society, um, always try to do that move.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So the no sell after the knee.
Yeah. True.
Who? Sammy's no sell after the knee? I can't remember. Kyle, specify when the no
Yeah.
sell
I
happened.
don't want to speak for Kyle, but yeah.
Yeah, specify when the no sell happened because I did see one where the American Dragon came out of nowhere and clocked Sammy, and Sammy looked like he went back, but then immediately was able to attack again. And I mean, they do that. However, Sammy's actually a really good sell. So he might have just been caught up in the moment because that was a big thing. I don't know if you guys noticed when he was coming into the ring, he was breathing deeply. He was doing a lot of this, which means he was trying to calm himself down because he knew what a big deal this was. He knows how the crowd feels about him right now. Like this is real heat that's on Sammy. So he, and he's not used to this. He's used to being loved. And so I guess messing with his aura, I don't know.
And
Anyway,
Bryan Danielson, so like that's a big deal to be wrestling against. And just real quick, props to him because he's actually elevated talent. Like
oh my god,
the young, yeah, like he could have came out and just won everything, but he actually like elevated talent. So props to him too.
And he's let other talent win, like Daniel Garcia. So
yeah,
it's really good. This match was excellent. There was a little botch when Sammy tried to jump onto the top rope and his leg slipped, but he was able to, fix himself up right away. These guys were going for 25 minutes straight.
Yeah.
The first pin or win went to Bryan Danielson because that win was a DQ for Sammy because Sammy threw a chair at Bryan Danielson's head. So that was instant win for Bryan Danielson. And then Sammy hit the GTH on Bryan Danielson and won the second. But on the third one, it was the label lock that got Sammy. He passed out and gave Bryan Danielson the second out of 3, and he won. But everyone that watched that match, well, mostly everyone who watched that match, had nothing but good things to say. They couldn't even shit on Sammy, although, like I said, there's a handful of people that did. They were like, oh, Sammy sucks no matter what. But there were people who were literally on there like, I can't stand that motherfucker, but can't deny the skills. So, hopefully he'll win the crowd back at some point. I'm sure he is definitely not used to this type of crowd.
Yeah.
A crowd that
but real quick, did you see how he did that like it was like a springboard flip to a DDT?
Yeah.
That was crazy, man.
Sammy's a fucking athlete. That guy is
that was crazy.
I'm definitely watching that match again. There are matches that leave me like awed, and that was one of them. I have to watch it again because there are things that they were both doing that was just phenomenal. But Sammy is such a risk taker, and he risks his neck and his body on every match to entertain people. And he gives it everything. You can tell because some of those moves, I mean, how how did he did those twists and flips and somehow landed in the right position to DDT?
Mm-hmm.
Coño, pero I love that shit. I love that flippy shit. But do not think, sir, that because you are my husband, that you will be getting out of this one.
Oh, that's a great.
Because it's time for oh, snap tea. Are you ready?
No.
Some of these questions are going to be weird. You ready? We're going to go. We're going to go. There's 3 questions and a bonus.
Don't I get a pass for like
No.
running the show in the background?
No. Look, everybody's ready. Hot seat time. Hot seat time. All right, y'all. The questions for Mr. Anderson begin here. Ready? First. I got to put this up there. Hitting Mariah notes. Thank you. Would you rather eat a plate of strangers' gourmet leftovers for every meal, or eat tuna fish and crackers for every meal?
Wait, eat a stranger's gourmet leftovers?
Every meal. Like it's like high class food, but
Yeah.
it's always going to be leftovers. Or you're going to be eating tuna fish and crackers for the rest of your life.
Oh, go give me them leftovers. Like, sure, like, I don't care. What? Because
you don't care?
yeah, like, oh, you bit off of it, but it's gourmet food. Like, it could be different foods. I'm gonna be stuck eating tuna fish and crackers for the rest of my life. I'll be dead like in a year. No, thank you. I will take that nice, healthy gourmet meal, even
With
though it's
spit.
like half of it left.
With stranger spit. Got it.
I'll take it. It's
all right,
gourmet.
here goes. Would you rather never find tissue to wipe your butt when you poo, or never have soap when you shower?
Oh, that's easy. The tissue, yo. I'm just gonna hose myself down like a baby elephant. Every time, yo. I don't need tissue. I'm gonna buy a bidet.
Ew, I hate those. Oh, God. Toilets should not spray water up into your butt.
I'm getting us one. I'm getting one that talks to you.
Ew.
They're like, your butt is clean, man.
When was the last time you showered?
Oh. So you're not gonna wipe and you're not gonna shower. That's great. That's real nice. It's gonna be real nice around here.
All right. We're gonna I need a sip of water. Hold on.
Come on, give me these questions, man.
All right, here we go.
Hot seat.
Y'all ready?
Hot seat.
Hot seat. Would you rather?
Hot seat.
Would you rather
God.
have your balls waxed with faulty wax paper, or have every single hair on your legs plucked one by one with a tweezer?
Oh. Again, that's easy. The leg hair. I got like 3 hairs on my leg. All right. Be done in a second.
So no ball waxing with faulty wax paper?
Why gotta be faulty wax paper though? Like,
So it has to be like 10 times.
nah, I'm good. I'll take the legs. You can have my 3 hairs.
Men do that actually, Courtney.
What? Wax their balls?
Yeah. Yes.
That's a terrible place to put wax. Like, I guess, I mean, could you use Nair? I don't know, but wax?
I mean, Nair can make you itchy. Do you really want itchy balls?
I mean, I don't want people ripping the skin off my balls with faulty wax paper. No, thank you. If it was regular wax paper, maybe I'd think about it, but faulty?
Faulty. The
Nah.
ones that don't fully stick and they have to keep sticking it back on and they're like,
So now I got some stranger patting my nuts multiple times. Nah, I'm good. Nope. Give me the leg stuff all day. I couldn't get them off. Pat, pat, pat. Try this again.
oh God.
I'm good. Next question.
And
Hot
this
seat.
And this is the bonus question. So you know my bonus questions are not would you rather questions. They're thoughtful questions. Okay. So here it is. After all those raunchy questions.
All of them. Can't even throw me a break, yo.
I threw you a break. The one with the leftovers. That one wasn't raunchy.
Well, that's true. Okay.
Here we go. If you had the chance to travel to another dimension and experience untold and unimaginable, amazing things, knowing though that you would never ever be able to return, see, or speak to anyone ever again, would you and why?
So, what would I go to the future and learn everything?
No, dimension. It's a different dimension. Could literally be anything.
Mm-hmm.
But when you go there, you're going to experience wonderful, amazing, like new things. That you're going to see new things you've never seen before. You're going to have new experiences that you haven't had before. But the only thing, the cost of this is severing your old life. So basically, you will never speak or see anybody that you know again, ever.
Nah. I mean, I would like to see another dimension. But I mean, what's the point if like you have no friends whatsoever? Because I mean, you might think about people that you don't like, but what about the people that you do? It's like you got all these amazing experiences, and now you have no one to tell it to. It's just like, yeah, like what's the point to me? And I'm not even a people person. It's just give me my few people, make new ones for word.
Kyle's like, fuck the earth.
Yo, Kyle severing. He's severing everything. He like, I'm out. Peace.
He's like, earth
I
failed.
that, yo.
Moving on. It be like that sometimes. It do. It be like that sometimes.
Yeah. But I mean, I think I would. Yeah. I mean, because even if it's one or two people, I just need one or two. Like I don't need a whole group of people. You know. So I think going to another dimension and not knowing anyone at all, and yeah, I'm good. Nah.
Yeah, you're starting from scratch. It's just that you're.
Wait, are there people in this other dimension?
Yes.
Oh, so you can meet new people.
Yes, you won't be alone. But everyone that you do know, you'll never see again. You'll never speak to them again. It's a complete cutoff.
That's a tough one now. Yeah. Another dimension.
All of a sudden, he has changed his mind.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay.
If y'all don't hear about Tony, if I don't hear from Tony next week, y'all know what happened. He done left and did not come back. All right, y'all. Well, Mr. Innocent, thank you for joining me on the hot seat and in this show today. It was about time that you showed up and made your presence known. So
see y'all next year.
People.
All I know is when the time line. My podcast from the fine line. The top get the opinion, got the feeling.
Like, comment. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed. And people, this Saturday, episode 7 of my show, Café con Leche, is
Top rope squishing. Come on, keep going. End the show.
Can't take you nowhere. My episode's gonna be about the Cecil Hotel and the disappearance of Elisa Lamb. Make sure you tune in at 11 a.m. Eastern.
Top rope squishing.
Top rope. Top rope. All right, y'all. Peace.
Top rope.
Later, my people.
We live from the top rope. Yeah.